related. Like, who isn't happy to come back in season 2?
Alec Mercer, fancy professor by day, Inspector Gadget by night.
The Irrational is all about solving the mystery of human behavior. My character, Alec Mercer, whose day job is teaching psychology.
Nearly all irrational behavior is driven by our emotions.
Also helps law enforcement solve their most unusual cases.
If you hate someone and you kill them during the game, does that make it murder?
Bit of an irrational question.
You got my attention.
The show got bigger. It looks bigger, it feels bigger, and we get into a lot of trouble.
This season, Marissa and Alec explore more of the friendship part of their relationship. I think they make a great team. I was your wife for 15 years. If I'm gonna be your friend, you should listen to me sometimes.
My sister, Kylie, has joined the FBI in sort of a hacker capacity.
Kylie gets to really show off her skills. She can lend her talents in solving the cases. I wanted to get out of the house and into the mix of the exciting FBI stuff. You know, like bad boy style.
Alec is Phoebe's idol because he sees what other people don't see.
How can you make decisions and react and read people under those very intense situations? That's Alec's superpower.
I'm feeling you're a good guy. You didn't want to do it, did you? I needed the job. What's he doing?
Getting him to rethink his identity.
Doesn't work.
We'll find out.
People love Alec, first of all, because he's played by the Jesse L. Martin, and who doesn't love Jesse?
And it's just a great match for the character.
When we're in a hot state, we make mistakes.
They fit as many lessons into an episode as they possibly can.
Confirmation bias, groupthink, sympathy mining, selective mutism.
You're doing the whole beautiful mind thing again.
Usual crime dramas, you try to figure out who did it, in this case, why they did it.
Why subdue the captain in that abandoned ship when you finally gain control?
Maybe they were running?
From what? And who?
I think it does make you feel smart when you walk away from this show.
What you gonna do?
An experiment.
Boom, there you go. That was the trailer for The Irrational. Season 2 is playing right now, streaming on Peacock, all the things, and of course on NBC. I'm Kuya P, this Nerds Rule the World. Joining me to talk all things The Irrational is Rizwan himself, Arash DeMaxi. Thank you so much for your time. I appreciate you, sir.
I appreciate you, sir. How you doing?
Wonderful. So let's talk Irrational. That's why we're here. Playing Rizwan.
Yep.
You're now on your second season. As I'm a fellow actor myself, you know, it's always cool when you get that second season. What is it like now from year one, season one, and this arc your character has gone, where I feel you're a little bit more confident in your role with Mr. Mercer, Jesse L. Martin's character. What has it been like giving life to Rizwan?
Yeah, I think you hit the nail on the head. I think he's grown more confident. You know, it's not his first day on the job anymore. He's become head RA now that Phoebe, our other RA, has left WIFA. And so, yeah, it's time for him to step up. And I think he's been able to do it. I'm excited for viewers to continue watching the second season and seeing where that goes. But it's so much fun being on something for 2 seasons. I mean, the set and the crew, we're all a family now. We all know each other so well. I mean, I flew here from New York to Vancouver for the pilot and didn't really know too many people, but now it's just a pleasure to go to work every day. And I feel so grateful and lucky to be a part of this thing and that it's still going. And yeah, I'm just having a really good time.
Amazing. I love it. I as an actor myself as well, I love when you build that set family. They become your friends for life. It's awesome. So this arc, you know, it's always fun as an actor to chomp your teeth into this role and figure out and evolve with this character. What, as for those that also might have missed I think we're going to have the second episode or third episode dropping this week of this recording, but now building out this character, right? That arc, what has it been like seeing, you know, Rizwan develop and everything? What were some of the notes for you in this role and some of the things that you can talk to the character about?
Yeah, I think he's become a bit more seasoned. You know, he's been on cases with Mr. Mercer now, and he's been in WIFA for a while, and I think he's starting to find his footing with it all. I think in the beginning, he's dealing with some imposter syndrome, and he's not really sure how he fits and what he can bring to the table. I think he was qualified from the beginning. I don't know if he knew that, and he probably struggled with a bit of imposter syndrome and not knowing exactly how it's going to go. But I think that going into the second season, he started to find his confidence and started to find his stride a little bit, and you can see that. And you've already noticed it, which is really cool for me to see that. yeah, fellow actors, you're seeing what I'm putting down, so that's
Oh no.
cool.
Well, how's that like for you? Like, how different is Arash from Rizwan? Like confidence level, like, to change from your confidence to like really not being so confident, maybe like notes, like did the actor, they tell you to pull back a little bit? What was that trying to find that happy medium to figure out Rizwan?
Yeah, I mean, I think it goes back to the writing. I think the writers did an amazing job of building that arc over 2 seasons. And when in doubt, I just go back to the text, and it's right there for me. I don't think I had to like pull it out of myself necessarily. I think it's on the page, and yeah, it's been really cool to see him evolve over 2 seasons. I don't think he's too different than me. I don't think we're the same exact person either. Psychology has always been a part of my life. My mom is a psychologist, so it's a world that I'm fairly familiar with, but never got to explore within my acting. So those things colliding has been really cool.
That's awesome. I love that. I got to tell you though, I feel super dumb a lot of times watching this show because well, not that for the lack of trying, but just like there's certain theories that are just very interesting.
Yeah.
This last episode that I watched, you're getting shot with paintballs. I think episode 1 of season 2,
Yep.
and what do you think of that, for yourself and having to do that for the audience to see that and introducing this stuff to the audience that are seeing these different ways to look at things in their life beyond just watching it on the TV and playing it on the TV?
Totally. I think that is one aspect of our show that makes it unique is I think that it's not just about who did it. It's about how these cases come back into the classroom and become lessons for people. And yeah, sometimes there's jargon with theories and stuff that like might throw you a little bit, but I think we do a good job of doing these experiments and making it accessible to audiences. And it's just really cool to me that there's an educational twist to the show, you could say. I mean, audiences learn something, and even if hopefully they're not dealing with murders in their day-to-day life, they can still apply these theories to their day-to-day lives. And I think that's really cool to me that we're kind of educating people on psychology while also having this exciting crime procedural going on at the same time. I think that differentiates us from a lot of other like crime shows that have been on in the past.
Definitely. I agree. And one of the fun parts of watching this show, I love when you can educate as well as entertain. Did you get shot by paintballs in that episode?
Maybe not, but I acted like I did. When I first read that, I was like, we're not actually doing this, are we? Like a ton of paintballs. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if I was supposed to give that away or not, but I'll just say I was not in pain. So do the math.
Awesome. Watching the series, another friend of mine who is a big fan of the series, she interviewed Maahra Hill, one of your amazing colleagues on this show.
I love Maahra.
She was telling me that and to ask, is there a little bit of maybe a relationship with you and the other RA as well? And I'm like, I don't know if I see that. Maybe we're shipping it a little bit too much. Where do you think is going? Where would you like to say, I guess, is what the ultimate question I'm asking to see how Rizwan develops the rest of the season that you can talk on without spoiling too much for the episodes that we haven't seen yet?
Yeah, I think the dynamics between the RAs in this season is a really interesting plot line that's going to be going on. If you remember in episode 2, I have been tasked with bringing in a new RA onto the team. And so, yeah, it's those dynamics are really, really interesting. So far between Rizwan and Phoebe's character, it's been a bit more of a sibling dynamic where, in the beginning they were competitive with each other, and like I was new to the job, and they're fighting for Alec's attention. But then they sort of become really close through all these cases that they've lived through. I mean, if you're held hostage with someone, it's got to be a bonding experience to a degree, right? So I think at this point they're really good friends. But I won't say that. Who knows what could happen in the future. I won't shut any doors, but I'll say so far it's been mostly a sibling friendly dynamic. And that's been really fun. It's been so fun to get to go on this ride with Molly as the other RA. It's just really fun to have a buddy through all this, and we like each other, thank God. So that's always good.
Awesome. Jesse L. Martin, our lead on this, is one of our greatest actors. What has it been like working with him on this project?
Oh yeah, I view him as like an NBC veteran and a vet in general. Yeah, he's like a legend in my eyes. I was introduced to Rent in high school, and I've been a massive fan of him ever since. He's such a talented actor. He carries the show, in my opinion, and he really looks after everyone, not just actors, the crew, anyone. He feels a sense of responsibility for everybody. And he's just so much fun to work with. Something I've mentioned before is that it's just easy when you're doing scenes with him because you feel like he's got your back. And I like to think I've got his back when we're doing scenes together. And he's just become a good friend. I mean, we hang out outside of set all the time, and he's just a homie now. So, like, what else could I ask for?
I love that. That's super cool.
Mhm.
So to close this out, if people haven't checked out The Irrational, what do you tell people when you're talking about the show and your work within it as Rizwan?
Like what the show's about, or
Yeah, and just in general, and when you're like telling your friends and family, hey, support me, come
Yeah.
on, and obviously The Irrational streaming on NBC.
Yeah, so it follows this world-renowned professor of behavioral psychology as he lends his expertise to high-stakes crimes and mysteries. And he's got a team behind him that helps him do this. And I think what's really cool about our show is that it ends up becoming lessons in the classroom. And I think that's really an interesting, unique spin that we have on the show. And I think that if I wasn't involved as an audience member, that would make me want to watch it, is to learn some psychology. I mean, I've always been interested in psychology. So to get this exhilarating crime show that also has psychological lessons to be taken from, I feel like it's like the full package. So that's how I would and do tell people to check it out. So yeah.
Love it. I love it. I love it. And as a person of color, just the representation in here is phenomenal. That's why I'm like, let's support The Irrational. We need more of our representation out there. Thank you, Arash. It is a pleasure chatting with you. Everybody, Arash DeMaxi is Rizwan in The Irrational on NBC as well as Peacock. If you miss it, catch up, check it out. Season 2 is streaming right now. I'm Kuya P. This is Nerds Rule the World.
Hell yeah.
All right, there we go. And team and Arash, it's a pleasure to chat with you. And it's Arash DeMaxi?
Yeah, Arash DeMaxi, yeah.
DeMaxi, Arash DeMaxi. All right, thank you. Awesome. I'm gonna count us in to help me with my edit because I'm putting the trailer right in front.
Okay, sweet.
All right, here we go. In a 1, 2, 3.